Hello and welcome, all you lords and ladies of fate. You have once again found yourselves in the only Twitch tabletop stream that allows you, the viewer, to impact the festivities you see on your screens. In order to do so, you must spend fate chips, which you earn just by watching. You can also earn them by following, hosting, or even subscribing. We want them prime subs, or even just engaging in chat. Use those fate chips to heal your favorite player, summon a custom item, or make players say silly things. You can even force our adventurers into random encounters. Tonight! This don't look like 5th edition. No, you have found your way to the unofficial RWBY TTRPG set in the world of Remnant. And speaking of the world of Remnant, legends. Stories scattered through time. Mankind has grown quite fond of recounting the exploits of heroes and villains, forgetting so easily that we are remnants, byproducts of a forgotten past. Man born from dust was strong, wise, and resourceful, but he was born into an unforgiving world, an inevitable darkness. Creatures of destruction, the creatures of Grimm, set their sights on man and all of his creations. Those forces clashed, and it seemed like the darkness was intent on returning man's brief existence to the void. However, even the smallest spark of hope is enough to ignite change, and in time, man's passion, resourcefulness, and ingenuity led them to the tools that would help even the odds. This power was appropriately called dust. Nature's wrath in hand, man lit their way through the darkness, and in the shadows absent came strength, civilization, but more importantly, life. But even the most brilliant lights eventually flicker and die, and when they're gone, darkness will return. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to RWBY, the Fabled campaign. We are so happy to have you here with us on Lords and Ladies of Fate. I am your humble headmaster for this evening's festivities, and what good would be a huntsman campaign without our huntsman? Introducing first to our new stream here, we have Merc Puppy, who will be playing the part of Jack Black.
Not to be confused with everyone that knows the popular card game Blackjack.
That one. Mm-hmm. Next, we have Tavy Trash playing Pearl Featherlay.
Hello.
Right next to them, we have Felix Feltfinger playing Jiminy Henson.
What's up?
What's up? And last but not least, VG Mermaid in their first appearance, playing the part of Aqua Tofana.
I infiltrated the chat.
You did. Well, welcome everybody. It's very nice to have you. So tonight, you find yourselves separated, but hopefully by the end of the evening joined in a unified effort. Sorry. Apparently your GM can't do two things at once, and this is going to be a problem, is it not? We start in the small town of Kurayuri. Very small town on the continent of Mistral. It was a town that was created by the people of Mistral, who had broken off the main kingdom. It is here our story begins. Currently, it is winter. We open to the site of the center of town. Small but beautifully elegant buildings adorn the streets. In the middle of it all, a small river that is frozen over has become perfect for ice skating. Amongst the children and couples, one skater stands out more than anybody, with a level of elegance and almost effortless movements from going from one foot to the other, executing tricks that would be, in our world, that of Olympic gold medalists. We then peek into the tavern a little bit and find a man adorned in Black and Red, where Jack Black has decided to spend his time gambling the last of his savings away. Next, we take you to the northwest of this humble little map, where Ako Tofana finds herself foraging for some bare necessities, because again, you may be broke, but you still gotta eat. And last but not least, flying in on the shuttle, we have Jiminy Henson coming in from the east side of the map. And it is here we shall begin. So, apropos of absolutely nothing, guys, not that you need to know at least, can I have everyone roll me 2d10?
Oh, dear God.
Mm-hmm. My! Oh my God, Merc, with the first critical failure. The first roll.
Yay!
It's my first time. Thanks.
Good. Let's just, it's best to just get the bad one out of the way. It's best to just do it and get it out of the way.
It is actually, because lucky for you guys, this actually has no bearing on the skill check or anything like
We love a
that.
character death.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny. The whole tavern I'm in just catches
Yeah,
fire.
it's
for
like-
some reason. It collapses.
It's like you just died in character creation like a traveler.
So, Jack, you currently sit at a table playing a humble game of cards of Vacuum Hold'em. You find yourself down to your last few lien. Turning your hand over. They look pretty good. That might be good here. How do you want to approach trying to win this gentleman's money? Do you just make a simple bet, or do you push all of your lien that you have left to the center of the table?
Yeah, I was going to joke about it, but now I'm definitely all in.
He calls all in. You turn over your hand. Trip sevens. One of your favorite hands. One that's won you much money in the past. However, this particular burly-looking gentleman turns over his hand. A straight flush. You're not quite sure how he got it. You could have swore that you read this hand right, and begrudgingly you watch as he just reaches into the table. Oh, sorry about that, mate. Better luck next time, and pulls all his chips. Now all his chips to his side of the table. Meanwhile, outdoors.
Well, we had a redemption in chat.
Oh, we did.
Not Jack. But it's okay. It's Bruce Gaskins. We don't have to listen to him.
Oh no, we do not.
We do not.
I'm
Well,
sorry, Bruce.
Bruce is sick too.
No, for if
glad I
Bruce
have one
redeems
tab.
something, I should like to know. Skill
did.
bonus for Jack Black.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But a little late.
So
Bruce is so jacked to get good.
yeah. Let's see.
It was Billy
So,
who redeemed that.
Listen, it's early on.
It will be good to know that for future roles,
Yeah.
You're going to have yourself a skill bonus as donated to you by the Lords and Ladies of Fate. The skill bonus is one of the things that they can redeem that on your next skill check. If it's not something to your liking, you can burn your skill bonus to roll those dice again, hopefully get better luck.
Yeah.
Now, on the while we're at it there, chat, just to let you know, if you redeem a skill drop for any of our players, that just means they're going to be making the same roll at a disadvantage. If you're familiar with those 5th edition D&D rolls, you probably understand it already. However, going back to the game, flying in from the east side of the map, we have Jiminy Henson, who's been on board this plane for the better part of the last half of the day. quite a long flight where he's been coming from.
Which I don't know where that is.
Oh,
Sorry.
So, it's fine. So, coming in there, the pilot, realizing that you're his only rider, and he probably could have struck up at least some, casual conversation a little bit earlier. Hey, so what brings you all the way from Mistral, or sorry, from Vacuol?
I gotta write down my town name here. Hold on. Go back you well. All right. Well, hey, I heard there were some some grim in the area.
Oh, that's no.
And I'm basically you don't want to know what I had to do to get the ticket to come here. But I'm not proud.
Well, you're all right by me, friend. Yeah, I'm just happy to have one of these trips where I have a hunchman on board because, well, it turns out you're not wrong. The grim attacks have been getting a lot worse lately, and we're not quite sure what's happened. Typically, this town has a, and it's at this moment
What?
you see a pincer, a long, sharp blade just pierce through the side of the airship. Felix, this blade is all of about 6 inches away from your side. It has just barely missed you. What do you do?
I'm happy I rolled as well as I did. Is what I'll tell you. I'm happy about. I'm gonna do. Are we? Hold on. Was this in the air or was this the goodbye?
You are currently still in the air. So, just for frame of reference, the landing pad the ship is trying to make it to is over here towards the west side of the town. However,
this side. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, but I'm over fields. So we're just coming in for landing. Is what you're saying? Well, this sucks.
Well, how do you respond to that almost being failed?
Well, I am a huntsman, so that's just part of the deal. And but the guy's ichor all over me probably is freaking me out a little.
No, no one else. No one was hit. The pilot, however, is struggling to control the flight stick. He's struggling to control. Hey, buddy, if you're the type of person that I think you are, I think we're going to be making a rough landing. Perhaps it's better that you just hop.
What?
Meanwhile, this entire time, the airship is continuing to lose altitude.
Okay.
It sounds like you're having better time.
Yeah, I'm having worse luck than this. Let me see. You've got. All right. So yeah, I freaked out a little bit about the hole in the side of the plane, and is there just like 5 seats and then just one pilot seat?
Yeah. So there's a pilot and a co-pilot seat. You, however, have been in the passenger compartment of the ship, which is a little bit more of the midsection.
Okay.
Of this particular.
Oh, we just been yelling back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get out of my seat, unbuckle, because I'm always staying buckled.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on. There, that's better. Got a little lost there. Hold on. There. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna try and assist him in flying the plane. I mean, because it's like he's going to need a lot of jacked strength like I have to pull those controls up. And
Okay.
Fighter!
So if you would be so kind, go ahead and roll a strength and discipline check, if you would be so kind.
Okay, where's the strength?
There's like 1,000 redemption in chat,
Are there?
by the way.
Well,
Yeah.
I might have to rely on you guys a little bit more so for reading chat. So yes, any redemptions, please just shout them out to. Ooh, Bruce, that's rude, buddy. I love it.
No, I'm not reading redemption. I was actually trying to play. I get a strength 4. because I'm Jack. And it's what is it?
Strength and discipline. So you're gonna roll
Strength and
2d10 and then add your strength and discipline.
I just didn't know what my stat was.
Oh, you're good.
What's that? Okay, there you go.
All right. So
it was Midland.
So much to the pilot's surprise, like, hey, guy, what are you doing? We're gonna go down. You come in and just immediately hop into the co-pilot seat, like you know what you're doing. And the both of you are just giving full force, trying to pull this ship up, and it actually starts to level out. Like, and Daryl, who I should mention, your pilot's name is Daryl. Just like, oh my, we're doing it! I think we're gonna make you look out the window that you're sitting next to now.
Yeah.
The right side engine is currently engulfed in flame, and no matter what amount of pressure you pull back on the flight stick, you are no longer starting to level out. You are, as a matter of fact, starting to slightly tip nose. Hey, guy, you signed the non-disclosure agreement before you boarded this flight. We don't accept this kind of language. You gotta realize that. Oh, shit! At this point, Felix, what do you do? This ship is going down.
Can I, well, I mean, honestly, we just gotta jump. Can I grab him, or has he got a parachute or some other way of escaping?
Oh, I have my own way of escaping. Sure, if I can land this ship, especially during a grim attack, I'll get a 3-time paycheck bonus. I'm trying to buy my children that new game console they've been wanting.
They will never know. Is there a way I can yank him out? Well, actually, here. I'm assuming that the easiest way is out through the window.
The window is still intact, so maybe not the easiest way. The two easiest way out of this ship, there are sliding doors on either side of the hull of the ship. It also has a ramp on the rear side of the ship that will lower.
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm pretty jacked. So I'm basically gonna grab this guy and drag him.
Hey, what you do?
Hey, look, we'll say you landed it. We'll put you in the wreckage. Trust me. I grab him and then just haul it down to the end of the plane. Figure that's what's going to go down last. Bash the emergency button that every plane has on every door that just pops that baby open. And I just just woo on out. Now, I got him, and I'm just going to start yelling at him to roll. Just start rolling. And then I'm going to kind of wrap him in my body and put my tail up around him so that he's safe and nice and safe with my tail. And we're going to try and just roll this into, I hope, trees. There's some trees.
I sure hope what you're doing, mister! And below you see the ship eventually meet its inevitable demise. It does hit the ground right about here. And you land pretty much right where, well, you're going to get close to where you're landing. Felix, one more time, if you would be so kind. A strength and discipline check, if you would.
Okay, let me see. I think I still got that loaded. Boop. And... No, that's a 2 and a 3. That's... Okay. Oh! Not so good. Got me a 12, guys.
So you hit the emergency door drop button, and this feels like any other time. Even with the the 180-pound soaking wet, sniveling man that you're currently carrying in your shoulder. You leap out of the airship, watching it eventually meet its demise on the hard ground below.
Yeah.
However, as you are falling, you decide to pick one of your two Oberon scythes from your back. As you see the tree directly in front of you. This is pretty standard stuff. You've done this landing strategy so many times before. You give it a quick little twirl, and the Oberon scythe hooks into the tree, and you start to kind of just spiral around it at your almost as if at your own pace.
Yeah.
You're kind of slowing gravity down as if physics don't exist.
Yeah, that's Jim. Jim's good at that.
And you make a successful landing. You land on 2 feet. However, I thought I had something. Daryl's not currently hanging over your shoulders as he once was. He is currently. We're gonna say he landed right here. Right at the front door of the tavern, startling the patrons inside. However, almost immediately, it seems you have bigger fish to fry.
Well, there's somebody that put a hole in that plane.
On that note, if I actually remembered my my initiative order. So, Pearl. Or excuse me, not Pearl. Aqua Tofana. Even from the forest where you are forging, you hear a lot of commotion coming from the town, and you start to see a pillar of smoke start to rise from the center of town, or what you would presume to be the center of town. How do you respond to that?
Walk the other way.
Walk the other way. Okay.
I'm not dumb. I'm just out foraging, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just trying to live.
Okay. Okay, well then moving on. Pearl, you are much closer. This explosion actually kind of makes your ears ring a little bit.
Okay, I kind of spin around and I'm kind of gauging how everyone else is reacting. Is there any immediate danger? Is this a grim? These are things that are going through Pearl's head.
So, standing from where you are, you currently can't see anything other than the pillar of smoke. So if I can find the same little effect button, I am so sorry.
It's alright.
Explosion, right about there. So this is where you see, if you're looking at the map, where the explosion was centered. So you do see a column of smoke rising from that direction, but it is up to you if you feel like going to investigate, unlike other huntresses.
I think Pearl doesn't necessarily want to get involved, just kind of wants to gauge whether this is a situation they should be, like, worried about, so they're going to get closer to observe.
Okay. Standing from where you are, you do hear some of the... Uh-oh. Sorry, apparently... Okay, computer, please don't do that.
I do hear...
No.
Okay, we're good.
Oh.
That was a weird one. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. There's a background back where it's supposed to be. Sorry about that, folks. Everything just kind of flickered there for a moment. So Pearl, You don't see anything. However, you being the not I won't say experienced huntress, but you've seen your fair share of grim battles at this point of your career. You do hear a very familiar sound, kind of just a zzz, not too far away from you.
Is it coming from the direction of the explosion?
It is.
Okay, cool. I change out of my ice skates into my point shoes, and I kind of get over there.
So on that, we're also going to move Jiminy over here. Or sorry, he's still by the tree. That's right. So moving where you have now, it's pretty easy to look up and see the source of this very loud buzzing. You see the familiar shape. It's a black and white wasp that's about if you measured it from the end of its stinger to the top of its head, or the crown of its head, it measures about 3 feet tall. It is ugly. It is whenever it's beating its wings, it is loud. And Pearl, it's looking right at you. On that, we go to Jack. You've heard a lot of this commotion, and you just heard something kind of just smash into the building, where you're kind of just you're a little bit in shock. The last of the end. What am I going to do? And that's when you hear the disturbance outside. So how do you react to this?
Well, I finish off my drink and I just slam my hand down on the table like, oh, I guess an opportunity just arose. So I like to get up and walk outside and maybe poke my head around the corner to see what is happening.
Okay.
And I guess I see that.
You should have agent's ability to control your token. So if you want to move him to just out front of the tavern here, we'll say there.
All right.
Just to make sure that you guys can. Wonderful. So coming outside, you see the burning wreckage of what, as far as you can tell from your travels, an Elysian airship. Peering inside, you don't see any passengers. You don't see a pilot. No one looks like they're in immediate trouble. However, at the moment you step outside, you as well hear the just absolute numbing buzz in the air. One that you too, being a slightly experienced huntsman, would immediately recognize as the familiar buzzing of lancers. So coming back around, just to make sure, Aqua, you found yourself in a strawberry patch. Are we harvesting these strawberries, or are we coming back to town?
Fine. I guess we're going back to town.
Sorry, that's an inside joke there, Chad. The player herself is deathly allergic to strawberries, so we got to give them some sort of motivation there, folks.
Can I not go back directly to it though? Can I creep around the edge of town?
Absolutely, you can. Where would you like to go? I'm going to give you full range of movement. So you have the cemetery towards the north of the town here. You do see coming in from the forest. You do see the landing pad where the Elysian airship had intended to go. Where would you, when you say you want to sneak around this town a little bit, where you want to move around?
Yeah, let's go to the airships. Let's go peep around there.
Because strawberry fields could take forever.
Absolutely.
I'm ill.
Oh, something else too. Yeah.
So as you approach the town, You get a faint sense something in your ear just isn't quite rubbing you correctly. It's annoying, and whatever it is, you hope that it stops soon. On that, we're gonna go back around to Pearl Featherlight. Pearl, again, this lancer that is directly in front of you looks at you with ill intent. As far as you can tell, it's just a lancer. You know, big, angry wasp-looking thing. And it's going to fly directly at you, and the closer it gets to you, it starts to extend its stinger, and it is attacking directly at you. What do you do?
I think I may kind of do a spin around it, like kind of evade it, and then kick it.
Okay.
So I'm going to point my shoe out as if I'm about to start a routine, and then lean into a spin to spin around it, and then finish the spin with like a very powerful high kick to its behind.
So if you would roll me a what's called a parry check, so you're gonna roll your 2d10 and add your strength and perception score.
Okay, so it's 2d10, and I add what? Sorry, my
your strength and your perception.
So that's +4 total.
Ooh,
Bam!
And let me tell you, so as the lancer is coming right at you, you kind. It almost looks like you're just doing nothing as you lift your right leg back into the air, almost behind your head. Almost and very much worrying the two nearby people who have all kind of seemed to found themselves in this situation. But as it flies past you, Pearl manages to just almost pirouette right around it, and you do try to come around and follow through with another with your other foot or the same foot that you had lifted, creating such momentum that you're gonna just come straight down on top of this creature. However, it just barely misses the toe of the point, the name of your shoes, and it just kind of finds its way behind you there. On that, the other lancer, also looking very menacingly, Jiminy.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell, you heavily suspect this is the creature that downed the ship, and may have been directly responsible.
Yeah, he has a damaged claw. I can tell that right from here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So much like his buzzy little colleague, he's coming directly at you. Stinger extended, flying directly at your heart. What do you do?
Wait, I still have Jim is still wrapped around the tree, right?
No, Jim made it to the ground.
No, that's Daryl.
No,
Jim is my side.
No, Jim made it to the ground.
Oh, it fell off the tree? Because I hooked a tree.
We haven't discussed where Daryl is, but you did.
Well, I don't have Daryl, but I thought it wrapped around the tree, so it's still attached to the tree.
Well, your weapon is
Frank. Yeah, my weapon is Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, my weapon. I thought my weapon was still wrapped on the tree, and I have my second weapon. I was going to use Frank.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Well, first and foremost, what are you doing to not get stabbed in the heart?
Oh, yeah, that's why I wanted to establish where Jim was. I'm still holding on to the rope with Jim because he helped me land.
Mhm.
So I'm going to basically just yoink that rope as hard as I can to just go out the way, sideways from him instead of trying to back up or anything. I'm going to
I
go
got you.
sideways, and as I go, I pull out I pull out Frank, and I just like sling it around and try and entangle that thing's wings as
Okay.
best I can with the rope.
So do me a favor. Let's roll a dodge check, which is going to be your agility and perception.
Yeah, you do that. Next time. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I should always parry. I am not perceptive. 15.
All right. So,
Not bad.
well, as it happens, it's just right. So
Baby bear.
this lancer flying directly at you, you almost instinctually remember that you have the length of chain leading to your primary blade, Jim. As you yank on it and pull yourself back towards the tree, just narrowly, and I mean narrowly, avoiding this lancer. It's you miss it actually just by so little. You actually feel the wind being generated from the buzzing of its wings. Jack, you have now seen two Grim attack. As far as you knew, two strangers. They may even be civilians. What are you choosing to do at the moment?
Well, are there any anything can like hide behind as like cover like a tree or something? Because they don't seem
Yes.
like that, do
So looking at where you are, these two trees in front of, well, they are trees. They're not bushes. Those two things I'm pinging on the map. So if you wanted to kind of burrow yourself away and hide behind a tree, you could absolutely do that.
I'm thinking I like to maybe fire off a card. Use one of my weapons to fire off at one of the nearest lancer, probably the one by Pearl. And while doing so,
Okay.
quickly duck behind the bush as I do so.
Okay. So which one of those two things would you want to do first?
I'd like to shoot, then hide.
Okay. So that being said, we are going to have you roll. You think I'd have this on check by now? Skills. Not what I need. Not what I need at all. Sorry there, folks. Oh. No, those are defensive. I could have swore I had strength. Okay. Sorry there, folks. Alright, we're just gonna so you are rolling an energy attack, which is going to be your agility and willpower.
All right. And I roll a d10 for that, right?
2d10. Mm-hmm. 2d10 plus your ability scores.
You said that was agility and willpower?
Yes, sir. Agility and willpower.
All right. I think I'm doing this right. Nope.
Remove the, or you could just use the dice roller on the far
All right,
left of the
let's
screen.
see.
And then just yeah. So on the far left, you'll see a little D20, and in there you can click Advanced Dice Roller. And under Advanced Roll, you can do Roll 2, and then D6. And for
Wait, is
your
it
plus, in your
D6
case,
or
you're going to
D10?
add plus 7. Oh, sorry, D10.
2d10 plus. Must plus
plus 7 in your case.
20.
There you go.
Woo!
So, Jack releases 2 metal cards, one from each gauntlet, sends it directly flying towards this Lancer that seems to have a really sour distaste for Pearl over here. Jack, would you do me a favor and roll 2d6 for damage?
All right. 2d6. I don't add anything to that, right? All right.
No, sir. So these guys.
Is there something I can do to like add to that? So can Pearl like use one of their feathers to like cut the cards in half to try and do double damage because it would be twice the amount of cards?
That I would say something like that would require you to hold your action, since you are, in your case, you're higher in the initiative order.
Well, does she know that? I'm sorry.
Does
she know that I'm there yet?
So actually, glad that you asked. They are able to, notice that there's these projectiles flying not at her, but at them, but flying at the Lancer, and one strikes right in the thorax of this Lancer. The other one damages its wing, and while it's still able to remain airborne, it's not having a great time. It's kind of not able to hover, so cleanly in one spot as they are often wont to do. On that, we come back around to Aqua Tofana. Aqua, you were hearing from your position. Not only are you hearing the buzzing that just won't seem to go away, but you are beginning to hear telltale signs of a scuffle, a brouhaha, a Donnybrook, if you will.
All right. Can I use my semblance?
How would you like to do so?
Okay, so boldly. So now I'm annoyed at all this noise because all I was trying to do was like collect berries and live my best life. So I want to kick off with the maelstrom, but because it's like winter, it should turn to ice. So
it's not flash freeze cold. It's cold, but it's not flash freezing cold.
So I'm just gonna have to walk over there like a bum. All right.
Well, if you get, you know how your semblance works. There is a potential for a cool way for you to get there.
Yeah, I just don't want to waste it. All right, yeah, no, let's just go over there and help them. I'm gonna shoot myself across.
Okay. Well, to let this flow a little bit better, we'll let that happen. So roll me a. We're gonna call this one a willpower, and
we do have a redemption in chat, which will be well worth it.
Okay. So roll me a willpower and perception. And let me get over to Twitch chat. Sorry there, guys.
You seeing it, Beach?
I'm doing two D10s.
2 D10s plus your willpower and your discipline.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, willpower and agility.
Willpower and agility? That's not what you said.
Yep. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Aqua Tofana, upon hearing all this ruckus coming from the center of town, just brings her hands to her sides and stretches out her fingers, and from almost seemingly directly from what seems to be, snow covered, the dry ground starts to make a column of water rise from the ground itself, and she is able to bring herself all the way riding the wave she has created to where the situation is beginning to develop. See, so on that's going to be your move, and let's see, Aqua, if you would be so kind, I would like you to reduce your aura by 2. For the use of semblance there. So sorry, I'm so sorry. What did I miss in chat?
There's a one-liner for Aqua.
Okay.
Which is good.
All right. All right. Sorry for the delay there, folks. Sure. Guys, at this point, the first of the 2 Lancers, the one that has been so far attacking Pearl Featherly, turns its attention and turns around and faces
Oh wait,
Jack.
did I not hide?
You did, and it's looking for you. It's wondering where it just took those hits from. Let's see. Oh, there's absolutely a stealth check in this. Let me find it real quick. Do skill checks. Roll me your perception and discipline check.
Perception and discipline.
Or I'm sorry, agility and discipline.
All right. And that's D6.
2d10 plus your agility or your ability scores.
Agility plus discipline, 2d10. Okay.
Yeah, it's buzzing around, and it's just like, zzz, but it has no earthly idea where you are. So again, in its anger, God dang it, it's gonna stab something, spinning around. If a Grim could feel fear, it's not exactly enthused with how easily its last attack was avoided. However, it notices a new player has entered the field. It turns directly at Aqua Tofana and starts coming in at your way, Aqua. It is attacking, and it is coming straight at you once again with the stinger pointed directly at you. What do you do?
I'm gonna slide under it and try and slice it with my sword.
Okay. So if you would do me a kind, let's see. This is why I had different pages opened up. We're gonna call that. Dang it. We're gonna call that one of those. So if you would roll me an agility and a perception check.
Hey.
All right, and let's see. Let me get back to roll 20. How we do? Yeah, this Lancer is just having a really bad day. So as you slide in underneath, as the Lancer is just coming directly at you, you start running at it full speed like you got just no sense in the world. However, in the midst of your run, you pull out your trusty steel as you then slide to your knees and duck right underneath this Lancer, trying to take your head off or really hit you anywhere you can, but just misses just above your head. And as you bring up your blade and start just ripping into it from on the human, what would be your neck down to your belly button. If you would do me a kind, roll 2d6. All right, so that puts him down to that. All right. Now, Jiminy, this Lancer over here,
me and him,
he He doesn't currently see anyone
Yeah, no,
else.
he doesn't. No,
So it doesn't.
fucker.
So this one just kind of rears back, and it's gonna again try to pierce you with
so I
the
didn't.
stinger. How are you avoiding
so I
this
didn't
one?
get a chance to do that weird wrap his wings up with Frank.
So
I didn't
no.
have enough. I didn't have to do his stuff.
So the way this
Yeah.
works there, guys, just for point of reference, is if your roll goes over the defensive or offensive threshold, you are then given the opportunity to counterattack. It is not a given. So for what you rolled on that last time, you did avoid being hurt. However, your attack was in vain, or your attack just never happened.
All right, might be better because otherwise Frank would be hanging out there. So it's attacking me again. So I haven't gotten an attack yet on this POS. Okay, well, here's the deal. I do better with parry. So I am taking.
Okay.
I've still got Jim wrapped around the tree. I still got him hanging on one hand. The other hand, I'm bringing up Frank, and I am just gonna block the stinger. And if he's flying,
Mm-hmm.
he's got no leverage. I think. I'm gonna hope for that. I'm gonna hope that physics works that way.
Well, you can try.
Well, let's see what Mr. Dice say now. Is this the parry? Strength of perception. Right. Okay. Boop. Oh, nope. I had brouhaha. Sorry. Haha. Because that was what was loaded in my clipboard. Oh no. Bitch. Okay. Well, I'm F.
So, yep. So, you bring up Frank to try and redirect the stinger of this lancer. However, you aren't quite able to direct it far enough away. The stinger of this lancer this time around it hits you right in the top of your shoulder. However, you feel the familiar warm blanket feel of your aura just absorb the hit while you're staggered backwards just a little bit. You look at your shoulder just to make sure that you haven't been pierced, but recognizing the protective purple and gold glow of your aura holding. So Felix, if you would subtract 6 from your aura.
Hold on just a second. I'm gonna find it. Hold on. How much?
6.
How about
It was a pretty hard hit.
Actually, this is dumb. I'm seeing on my character sheet. I see attributes.
I have it. Yeah. It's right below where you had typed out all the different macros.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I have.
Are you
folks,
sure you
got
mean
them. Yeah.
aura, not health?
No, it's aura.
I mean aura.
Just making sure I understood correctly.
You're
For
fine.
now.
Exactly. Well, everybody's fine, but your boy.
I mean, I was gonna say Felix doesn't seem pretty fine right now. I don't know if that's a bold, statement.
So actually, speaking of Jiminy, the shimmering of your aura has now kind of just waned away now that it has absorbed this hit for you. However, you stand facing this lancer, looking very angry at you. It is time to extract pain of revenge on this lancer.
Well,
what are you doing?
I'm probably a little more pumped now, so I got some veins standing out in my arms from all the strain and all the rope work. Little sheen of sweat going on my tum. The 8-pack. Oh, I have a great avatar coming for you guys. So it's revenge time. Yeah, that. Now you've got my attention. Okay, so definitely going to, well, yeah. Gonna let go of Jim. Gonna jump up. Try and actually, I don't know how high I can leap. How tall is this thing?
The tree is about, we'll say it's about 9 foot tall.
The creature.
Oh, the creature itself, I would say, is a little bit above you. You standing roughly about, I believe, 6'2",
Yeah.
if memory serves. This creature is about it's hovering at the 9 foot level.
Yeah.
From
All right.
around.
Yeah. So I'm just basically just gonna like honestly, just gonna do a vertical leap, and if I can bounce off the tree, and use that to launch myself straight into the middle of its torso, and with
Okay.
with Frank just tear him a new one. This is-
Very good, very good. Let's see,
Comes down to one die.
let's see, your melee style
God, yes.
was
Oh,
elegant.
I thought it was finesse.
If you would roll,
I thought it was
I'm sorry.
finesse. Oh, it's elegant. Okay, sorry. So yeah, all right.
Yeah, so strength and discipline.
Yes. I had mistyped that. Okay, discipline. That has never been my strong suit. Yeah. All right. So, was getting a rule of cool for any of this stuff?
Well, we'll see if you succeed this one.
Well, we're cool anyway. Don't need this.
We're too cool for
We
roll
believe in
call.
you.
Yeah. 17. So just over.
All right, so metagaming, boo. So, Jiminy, you were able to take a step back, almost kind of like and leaving one of your weapons behind. However, if there were any watchers by, they would be surprised to see this otherwise, kind of gym rat looking kind of character just effortlessly backflip into the tree that he's standing next to, and then just as quickly come flying right out of it, and just kind of torpedo himself right into the midsection of this lancer. Roll me 2d6 for damage on him, and well, tell you what, crew. You've earned yourself a roll of cool die for your next roll.
Yeah. Oh, also, this is the power of swirl, bitch.
Power of swirl.
So
As Jiminy's just kind of supermaning out of this tree, you just hear him scream at the top of his lungs, "By the power of swirl!" and just collides with this lancer, sending it tumbling into the ground, dealing 7 damage to it, and it's not looking like it's any worse for the wearer, but it does. If you had to take a guess of what an uncomfortable bug looked like, this is probably it. So let's see. So on that, let's see. So we come back around to Aqua Tofana. What would you like to do? You got yourself a lancer that's just kind of buzzing, looking at you like.
It's behind me, right?
It is currently in front of you.
But I just went.
Oh, yes, yep. Let me switch.
So from that distance, like I can talk to Pearl, right?
You could.
All right, Pearl, what the hell's going on? Where'd they come from?
Real quick, you don't know what you don't know. Pearl.
Oh, so I should just. Oh well, Merc's not there yet, because then I can just roll up and be like, "Hey, you guys." All right. So I'm just gonna look over at this stranger and be like, "What the hell is going on?"
Well, these lancers are attacking. I think there's been a crash. Pearl kind of shrugs, like,
All the main
there's a
roles.
threat. Are you a huntress?
Allegedly.
What
Let's
do you
kill
mean
this.
allegedly?
I'm a card carrying huntress. It's fine.
No,
We'll
no,
talk
that's
about it
my
later.
character.
Let's kill this.
Don't you dare steal my thing. I worked hard on it.
I didn't hear where that voice came from. But no. Wait. But allegedly?
Yeah. No, don't worry about it. Let's kill this thing before it kills us.
Pearl's like tripping.
We don't have time for this. We have to kill this thing.
Okay.
So Aqua, would you like to take an action, or are you gonna just?
Yeah, no, I'll try. Am I far enough away that it would be reasonable to use my crossbow?
You can always use a ranged attack.
Yeah, but like we wasted time running our mouths. Is it coming for me now?
No.
All right.
What if Aqua saves their action and then we can do something together?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Just for future point of reference, just if that's something that you think you'd like to do, just say I'd like to hold my action, and of course you can. Just so you guys know, every turn that comes around, you're going to have a quick action and a long action. Quick action being like walking, talking, The long actions being attacking, and pretty much everything that has to do with that. So we come back around. We're gonna say, So actually, a perfect timing. Pearl, what would you like to do?
I think Pearl sees that Aqua is trying to fiddle around with the crossbow. So Pearl kind of reaches up her sleeve, rips out some of these razor sharp feathers, and throws them into, like, kind of weaves them around each other like in a little twisty thing as a quick action. So that they kind of slide around the crossbow bolt to add to the damage. So to add my damage of the feathers to the crossbow damage.
Okay. So
very precise throw.
Very cool. So if you would roll me, we're going to call that a semblance check for you. So that's going to be a willpower plus perception, and you guys do now have your first roll cool dice. So now you're going to roll 3d10 plus your ability scores.
Okay, so it's 3d10. Sorry, that was willpower, yes?
Willpower and perception.
That is...
What is so loud? What?
I am trying to do basic math. So I'm like, what is my willpower and perception? It's 4. It is 4. Okay.
It's a good thing to have a calculator with you.
Okay.
All right.
So that's gonna be adding on to whatever Aqua rolls for an attack, I guess.
We will get there. So Aqua, feeling the kind of just riding the same wavelength as your new friend over here. As these razor sharp feathers start to whiz past you, you line up your shot on this lancer and pull the trigger. If you would roll me, let's see, your ranged attack, I believe. I should have had this page saved. Your ranged attack also is energy. So if you would roll me 3d10 with your agility and willpower added into it.
I'd also like to say that Aqua notices like what just happened and is like, awesome. Fuck yes.
Love that.
So it's almost unreal how these two strangers who just met seem to have the same cadence when it comes to wanting to shoot something. Pearl just releasing these feathers, and as the feathers are whizzing past Aqua, Aqua looses the bolt on her crossbow, and it's almost instantaneous. However, the Lancer just takes all three of these hits directly center mass. So both Aqua and Pearl, if both of you would roll me 3d6 for damage there. And team, you have earned yourself your second rule of cool.
Yeah.
It's just that easy.
Hell yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
And I'm on my solo career, so just call me Yoko and John.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So Aqua just waiting on the 3d6 from you.
I did it.
Did I miss? I absolutely did miss. It got mixed into your others. So that does that. Oh wait, no. Ooh.
Ooh.
So so again, this Lancer just takes all three of your hits directly center mass, and it's fluttering. It's trying its absolute damnedest to stay airborne. However, it falls flat to the ground and lies there and just its death throes as you see the grim dust start to rise and fall away into into the atmosphere. This particular Lancer is a dead boy.
Hell yeah.
Mark him correctly.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, don't I have like 1,000 things to say. Hold on. One of them will work here. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna turn around and look at the person that just flung feathers at me, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, number one in the hood, G.
Evidently.
Bravo, chat. We owe you for that one. Unbeknownst moves. Unbeknownst moves. Okay. Let's see. Show Sorry. That would be Merc, right? Merc, you don't see the Lancer that has just fallen as killed by Aqua and Pearl. However, you do still hear the buzzing of a Lancer. What sounds like behind the tree to your right. Is there anything that you would like to do? Do you like to go? Well, I'll leave it to you. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah, I do hear the buzzing of this supposed second bug, but I also hear and feel this swollenness from behind this tree. So I'd like to
Coming off.
run up behind this tree and maybe poke my head out just to get a see of what kind of swole action's happening over here.
So you climb to the top of this tree, and you are at the top of the tree. You are about 3 feet above where this Lancer is hovering. On the other side of it, you do see another person who has what looks like to be a very small side in his right hand, but is clutching his shoulder with his left currently.
Also, I've got a rockin' butt and a little curly tail coming out.
You're facing
No, I
forward.
thought I was attacking the monster.
No!
Backless to the tree.
Stop interrupting.
It's okay.
Oh,
I can see it in your
okay.
eyes.
So Jack, that's your movement. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Can I attack it and then hide again behind the tree?
You've already used your movement, so if you attack, you are going to be left wherever you end up landing. Or if you can shoot projectiles, you can just shoot from the tree. Which reminds me, I'm so sorry, because this is a late catch, but since you fired once there, Jack, you do need to reduce your capacity by 1 for that first shot.
Do I need to do that as well?
No, and actually good catch, and this is going to take practice on my part. You do not reduce your capacity; you reduce your aura by 1.
Right.
What about me? I technically fired the weapon.
Reduce your capacity by 1.
All right, I reduced my capacity. So, yeah, I guess I'm looking. Where's the bug to me? Is it below me or am I like above, like about?
It's kind of like just ever so slightly off to the left of you, but it is about a solid 2 feet below you at the top of the tree. So you have a really good line of sight on this thing. It does not presently have any awareness of your existence.
I would like to shoot at it, the base of its wings to maybe impair its flight capabilities.
Okay. So you're going to roll your ranged attack again and reduce your capacity by 1. And to roll your ranged attack this time around, since you guys have 2 rule of cool dice, you're going to roll, a grand total of 4d10, and then you're going to add your agility and willpower.
For agility. All right.
Just enough. So, Jack reloads almost like a bolt action on each of his wrists, and then sends these 2 cards flying out at this Lancer. Jack, if you would roll 4d6 for damage for me, sir.
All right.
All right, so that drops him down to that. So, and much like the first Lancer that took a hard hit to its wing before it, you actually managed to sever one of its wings as your first shot just kind of starts to tear away at the wing, but the other one following in almost directly on top of it, finishing the job. And this Lancer can no longer stay airborne without its equilibrium and just kind of falls to the ground. It is still so for the sake of meta, it is still capable of attacking, just not very well at this point.
As it like descends to the ground, I like to say, "See you next fall."
Award yourself a roll of cool die, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
So that puts the crew up to 3. Because for those of you watching at home, to maybe nerf it a little bit, one of the ways that you earn these rule of cool dice, which make these fights go by a lot quicker, a lot easier, one of the ways that the book actually encourages you to do so, cringy one-liners. Mm-hmm. So as a matter of fact, Lords and Ladies of Fate, you may have the most control over one of our games that you ever have. So we're going to go back around. Let's see. We're going to move unaware. Okay. Let's say now we're gonna get just a little bit closer. Aqua, you do still hear the familiar buzzing of one of these lancers off in the distance. But if you would do me a favor, I want you to roll a what's going to be a detection check, which is going to be perception and discipline. So this is going to be at this point 5d10 and adding your perception and discipline. Probably won't even need that much.
Oh, that's right. I have no discipline. Figures.
You should
Figures.
be. With 5d10, I'm guessing you absolutely.
Oh my god, barely that.
It wasn't the greatest roll considering you got 5 of those, but it's enough. Aqua, you start to notice a rumble in the ground.
Naturally.
And at this point, you hear the sound of hooves hitting wood, and it almost sounds like it's approaching you just at a very rapid pace. Is there anything you'd like to do with this information, or well, I'll leave it to you. What do you want to do?
Oh. I want to go towards the other buzzing.
Okay. So you guys do have each 10 move. And I'm going to actually roll back something I brought up from session 1. Instead of 1 box here equaling 2 move, 1 box, 1 move. We'll keep it simple. Especially this is a particularly large map. I think it's just for the sake of fairness. So Aqua, if you want to guide yourself to where the buzzing is coming from, where would you like to go? You are able to pick up and drag your token, so if there's somewhere in particular you want to place her, please feel free.
I'm going to get to, like, here, and then I'm going to turn around and ask the stranger who helped me with that awesome kill if, like, maybe they want to come with me.
Pearl is going to sarcastically nod. What do you take me for? And come with.
So before you move there, Pearl.
Sorry.
It is not currently your turn.
Sorry.
We'll let you get there. Aqua, is there anything else you would like to do? You do currently have line of sight on the Lancer.
Okay, so I know what's going on. No, I'm good. Leave me here.
Okay. So which is very quickly followed by Pearl.
I think Pearl is going to stand next to their new acquaintance and see that this bug is de-winged and is on its last legs. Kinda.
Yeah, it is. When you come around and gain line of sight on this Lancer, it is for lack of better phrasing, it is looking pathetic. It is just kind of trying to take off with its one wing, but all it's able to do is kind of just currently fumble around on the ground.
Okay, well, Pearl is going to pluck 2 feathers from their arm. And you know that thing where the ice skaters do, where they get really, really low on the ground and have one leg out, and they do a spin?
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to do that, stay on the spot, to build momentum up in my throwing arm, and then, like a baseball throw person, throw the darts to... straight into the creature's eyes. And say, yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be a semblance check for you. So that's going to be with 3 rule of cool die. That's going to be 5d10 plus your willpower and perception.
Okay. So that's 5d10
bounty. Oh, there is absolutely something that happens for that. I just have to look it up. Oh, crap.
An asteroid strikes Earth.
Like, it might as well.
A bunch of candy coming out of
this
it.
poor Lancer, is not about to have a bad day. Or about to have a good day. I think that's already happened. So, Pearl, there's only one, I think, overroll effect that truly applies here. So, you would have otherwise rolled 5 d6s to roll damage. However, as you release both the feathers that you had just plucked in, which, by the way, reduce your aura by 1, you do it exactly as you had described, just whipping both these feathers, and it's amazing because this Lancer is just writhing around on the ground. However, it turns, and as it turns towards you, the last sight that this Lancer ever sees are the tips of two feathers just coming right at it, and everything going black as Ichor and Viscera just explode out of the back of its head, and it starts to wither away into grim dust. Needless to say, this Lancer is about as dead as a Lancer's ever been.
The eyes are useless when the mind is so dull and blind.
All right.
Was that a cringy one-liner? Did I do it?
Not cringy enough.
You'll get there.
I'm
We believe.
trying.
All right. So that takes these two out of the initiative order. Oh no! And I just looked at the time. Oh. I'll tell you what. I think at this, if you guys don't mind, we could probably actually end this fight. Because if you've zoomed out a little bit, you're about to get some company. So to speed things up just a little bit here, I'm just going to move these guys in a little bit closer, and a little bit closer. So on the Inish order, that's going to we're going to come back around to the Borbatusk is actually going to start. So the Southern Borbatusk just comes directly towards all this commotion, all this loudness, the sound of and certainly the smell of its grim companions just hitting the air. More than anything, by the way, killing grim does attract more grim. So, yikes. However, this Borbatusk is gonna immediately. Let's see. Look at the tree in front of it and not see a goddamn thing.
Thank you.
So that's his turn. However, from around the corner of this house here, Beowulf presents itself, and yet another Borbatusk coming from the north, coming in the direction of Pearl Featherly. It is, however, now Jack Black's turn.
Well, which ones? Do I see all these grim, or do I just see the one Borbatusk who's staring at this tree?
Again, since you're pretty dang high up, you can see everything that's happening below.
I like to, I guess, announce myself to everyone. I say, "Attention, everyone! We have new players in this game. Get ready." By that which I mean, hey, there's Grim coming.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm just guy in a tree. Don't mind me.
Noted.
All right. And are you going to do anything else, or are you just yelling from the tree?
I'd like to take a shot at this one lone Borbatusk to the, I guess, the southwest to me.
Yep. So go ahead. And let's see. Oh my gosh, you think I'd have this? Yours is an energy attack. Bloody hell. So it's going to be 5d10s plus your agility and willpower.
All right.
Let's see, and the Borbatus has that for a defense. Ow! And let's see,
Yeah,
and you
not
rolled.
that much.
Ow!
That'll hurt.
Okay, Borbatus is gonna about to wish that he did not hook that corner. So I'll give you the option, and without saying what those options are, your options are door number 1, door number 2, door number 3. What do you want?
Oh, Would it be okay if I rolled the d6 to decide this?
Okay.
Four. I'm going to go.
So what?
I'm going to go with door number 2.
Door number 2. So and I'm so sorry, Mark. You said you shot at this Borbotusk?
Yes.
Correct. Okay. So if I haven't said so already, go ahead and reduce your capacity by 1. And as once you do that, if you would also do me a kind, and let's see, you guys have 3. You're gonna roll 5 d6 for damage. But once again, from his high vantage point up in this this tree that he seemed to grow rather fond of, Jack once again reloads his gauntlets and looses 2 more metal cards directly at this Borbatus hooking around the corner, running full speed. But as he releases those cards, they actually catch this Borbatus. The first one hits right in its what would be its rear right side heel, and the right as that first one hits, the other one comes and pierces right through what would be the Achilles of its front left leg, effectively crippling it. Right now, this Borbatus cannot move. It is lying on the ground, and Jack, it's looking at you, and it's just looking like, why?
I look down at it and say, you know why.
All right, so they have this much. You did that much. Okay. He is questionably alive. All right, so on that, Jiminy.
What?
You heard this person from the tree just scream down, guys, watch out! There's other players entering the game.
Well, I also watched like the thing I'd been fighting turned into hamburger before I even knew what happened.
At the so for a point of reference, at this point there is actually nothing left.
Yeah.
Of that Lancer, it has completely vaporized.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shocker. So I was like, what? And now I'm looking up from, because I was focused on him. So I do look up to where the tree is, and beyond the tree, do I see what's left of another Grim die?
Currently, from where you're standing, the trees are blocking your view of the southwesterly target that Jack has been shooting at. However, upon continued investigation, you do see 2 other people just to the northwest of you, each one seemingly facing a different Grim. While from this distance you can't quite make out what type of Grim that they are, you see one is down on all 4s for walking. One is the one that's approaching the teal-haired woman is currently walking on its hind legs.
Do I recognize which one of these is probably the bigger threat from my hours of study?
Presently, you would be able to assess that they are of equal risk.
Well, And I'll just say, well, I took care of that one. I'll finish these two off too. And I'll head for the one to the north on all fours.
So
Yep,
this
yep.
one up here? Cool. And would you like to move before you do anything, or are you doing what you're doing from where you
It's
are?
kind of hard for me to do what I'm doing. Shoot. Yeah, there's just no real way than just to run on up there.
Just do like a brisk
You have
jog.
10 movement.
have
You
10
can make
movement?
it.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'll make
Yeah,
it.
you can.
Okay.
You can make it right into melee range and be right adjacent
Oh,
to
okay. So, let me see. I'm going to move my target. So I'll just move him. Okay. There. And the move was my full, that was my full, was,
Your full
yeah,
10?
that was my
Cool.
full, well, smallest my full, but I mean, that was my complex move, because we had a simple move and a complex move. And
Okay.
was that my complex move?
So Jim, you run past, this person on your left who is, dressed almost in what looks like formal wear, but from the very brief amount that you've seen, they can kick some ass. So, but as you run up to this creature, it just focuses all its attention with its two tusks just pointed directly at you. It starts to, kind of mark its territory in the ground, just doing that little dig back move. It's going to attack you. However, it's your turn first. Would you like to do anything?
Well, if he's digging in, I've still got Frank in my hand. Jim's still wrapped around a tree, and yeah, basically what I want to do is I want to let him charge and do a judo move, where I basically will take the sai and essentially the rope, wrap it around his tusk, have the sai anchor in the ground, throw the rope around his tusk, and let him just like spin out.
Okay.
I think that's probably too much, but I want to try that, and that should hopefully knock him prone, or at least.
So the better way to approach this mechanically. So you want to hold action.
Hold action, and then counterattack. Yeah, or attack.
Because because in this instance, what I'd be willing to do there, guys, is if you hold your action, so you're not attacking or you're not taking a major action, and you succeed your defensive roll, but otherwise it wouldn't have been a counterattack. If you hold your action for like a parry or a dodge, and then you take a swipe at it, and you have a held action, I think that's pretty mechanically workable to let you then use your action right then and there as a counterattack, if that makes sense to everybody. So that being said, so we're back around to the Grim. The Borbatus towards the southwest. Oh boy, it's struggling. It's only able to just drag itself, just leaving black ichor behind it as it tries to drag itself to the nearest enemy. It is not looking good and not really getting anywhere. However, the northwesterly Beowulf here is going to come directly at Aqua Tofana. Aqua, you see this about 7 foot tall. If we're going by Earth standards, looks like a bear, but someone painted it black and white and gave it a really cool mask to wear with glowing red-orange eyes. This thing is standing on its hind legs and has its paw raised up, and it is coming directly down on top of your head. How would you like to try to avoid this?
I was just trying to pick berries.
We all.
I don't want to waste my aura. All right.
If I may, if it makes you feel any better, and I'm going to speak meta here, guys, your aura just, once this fight's over, all comes back.
All right. Well, then I think I'm gonna wield it similarly to how I did. So I wanna push off of the ground up to its height, like at its face. Make it think I'm gonna kiss it because I love it and it's so cute and perfect. And then I'm gonna try and stab it.
Okay, so roll me. It's going to be. We'll make this a semblance check because why not? So that is going to be.
So you're gonna be catfishing.
Aqua
catfishing.
Aquafishing.
Aquafishing. It's
Well, that's just fishing, though, isn't it?
There's fly fishing.
yeah.
So why do I lose this pooch every time? So you're gonna roll again 5 total D10, adding your willpower and perception.
Thank
to
you,
your
Lord.
score.
Hey.
Whoa. Jesus.
This
You eviscerated
poor-
every.
Yeah, that's pretty much the end of that one.
critter. This poor critter. So Aqua, you actually once again call moisture from the ground to again kind of form that disc platform shape to lift you up to eye level with this Borbitus. And as it stops its swing mid swing at you. It's confused, and as it's even especially more confused as you lean in for a kiss. However, as you lean in for that kiss, as you described, let's see, its defense is that you rolled that. Oh my god. Describe the gruesome death of this Beowulf.
I gotta lean forward for this one. Its ancestors felt this one.
So all right. So tell you what. Yeah, the Beowulf almost confused, like, huh?
Yeah.
And it almost kind of wants to start to lean in before, and you see those glowing red eyes start to close. It's like, all right, well, I'm just going to commit if we're speaking grim. However, its mouth hasn't pursed its lips yet, which is kind of a fortunate thing, as you see your sword blade just emerge from its jaw and continue through the top of its head and out the crest of its head. Those same glowing red-orange eyes just roll back into blackness as you remove your sword. It just crumbles into a useless waste upon the ground and begins to grim dust away. It is super dead.
Should have just kissed it.
Didn't even have to roll your damage. So that is something that can happen there, guys. If you roll so far above the skill check, you can just it's gone. Don't bother with damage. It's dead. Pearl. Oh wait, didn't we? I'm sorry, we just did. That's right. Right, we did.
I haven't had my turn yet.
Okay. Yep. Pearl.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I have a bit of a meta question. So, at this point, is Aqua's kind of water platform still active? As if this is happening seconds apart.
Aqua, that's up to you. Did you lower the water platform after you removed the blade?
Nah, I just flipped over and landed it, but it's still floating.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think Pearl is going to use her one of her abilities. I know Pearl can walk on water.
Yeah, there's this just it looks like a big saucer dish just of water that's just kind of floating about 2 foot above the ground.
I'm kind of imagining it like it's like a reverse waterfall going up. Is that incorrect?
You could
Like
kind
a
of say that.
reverse waterfall that has like a flat platform at the top.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Kind of just like curving in
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
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 So
Yeah. Okay.
Pearl's gonna like put one of her feet on and like one of her pointed shoes on and like fold her like other leg behind her knee and kind of prepare like a feather to throw at the one that's that Felix is attacking and say, I'm not one for introductions, so let's just get straight to the point. And I'm gonna 3 feathers at this thing, and then I'm gonna use like my movement to leap from this water platform and try and land like blunt toe shoes first on top of this creature to give it blunt head damage.
Very good. So we're gonna say that's gonna ultimately end up being your melee attack. So with elegance, you are going to roll. No, I'm gonna keep that page right there.
There was a
probably
pun
need this.
there.
I would you hold up? Let a dungeon daddy live.
Headmaster, Dungeon Daddy. It's important.
You're more like a dungeon uncle at this point, to be fair.
Oh, that's even
I think
creepier. Yeah, that's dirtier.
So Aqua, you are going to roll. You're gonna roll 5d10, and you're gonna add your strength and your discipline to this one. Oh, sorry.
What am I doing?
Pearl.
Sorry.
5d10.
Yeah.
Plus your strength and discipline.
Okay. And it's yeah.
That is a success. So if you would like to go ahead and roll 5d6 for me.
5d6 plus nothing.
Ooh. So it is now down to that. So as you launch off of... stop. Sorry, chat, you can't see what they're saying in Skype, and boy, they're trying to throw me off. So as Aqua just leaps through the right off of Aqua's Pearl. God dang it! As Pearl leaps off of Aqua's water platform, they start to again pirouette and then eventually end up as a kind of a 90-degree angle with the point of both their shoes just pointed straight down as they are directly above this Borbatus, coming straight down upon it and just driving the point of their shoes into the neck of this creature, and you just feel, you don't feel all the bones break, but you do feel through your shoe. It is unpleasant, and the Borbatus, while not dead, is looking very very rough. Let's see on that. We're gonna come back around to Jack. What's up, Jack? What are you doing?
Do I? This might be a little bit metagame, but do I see? I think it's called Jim in the tree with me.
Roll a perception check. So that's let's see, which would be Duke, because that's literally one of the pages I just sent away. I was like, oh, I'm not going to need that again tonight. Oh, well, joke's on you, asshole. So let's see. Perception is going to be so it's going to be 5d10 Sorry, I'm so sorry. Sorry, not 5 because yes, Beach. Pearl did just earn you guys another rule of cool for that particularly groan-worthy pun. So this time it's going to be 6d10 plus your perception and
You're
discipline.
gonna see the shit out of this thing.
Oh, he should.
Let's see. That's going to be this.
Do you ever? So Jack, you've been up here for just a little while, but it's taken this long for you to just kind of look over slightly to your left as you see this. Well, you're not sure if it's a lifeless form, but you see a body of an Elysian pilot just draped over one of the branches. There is a considerable amount of blood coming from his nose and his mouth, and you cannot quite tell. Well, actually, you know what? With that kind of a roll, you can currently tell that he's breathing, but aside from that, you do not know just how severe of a condition he is in.
With that many dice, you should be able to tell his blood type and whether or not he's had his prostate checked recently.
Part of me wants to loot this guy, but I'm thinking, you know what? I'll just I think I'll focus on the immediate threat. So I'd like to try and, if I can, hop down from this tree and stroll over towards this half or dying Grim that I created.
So as you start to walk towards it, it sees you. What it recognizes now as its assailant, as to why it cannot currently walk. What do you like? Are you gonna? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna shoot at it again, or are you gonna go for a melee on this one?
I'm gonna try to go for a melee on this, a little bit of casual melee.
Okay. Walking up with a full head of confidence, we see Jack, instead of what we've seen him do so far, where he reloads these cards into his gauntlets, just fling his hands out, and you see 2 sets of 5 cards with a razor-sharp edge at the top of them and along the sides. Jack, how do you attack this thing?
I would like to draw. I would like to walk up to it, and I like to take off my hat and say, "Jack Black, the pleasure is all yours." Then I put my hat back on. Yep. Yeah. Then draw a card in my hand and say, "Here, let me give you my card." And I like to try and slit his throat.
God damn it! So first and foremost, it's going to be let's see, where are we? So it's going to be 6d10 plus your let's see, your melee style. I don't know that yet because you haven't used it yet. Your melee style is, oh bloody hell! I just had it. Jack, come on. Where is you? Melee style and elegant. So it's going to be your 6d10 plus strength and discipline.
All right. I mean, this thing's basically like ground pork at this point.
Uh-huh. So it is not going to be a difficult check. And, well, yeah. Needless to say, it happens almost exactly as described. Jack just approaches this Borbatus that is, in spite of it just not no longer possessing the capability to work, it still wants to try and gore you. However, as it raises its tusks in your direction to try and impale you, you see it as the perfect open opportunity to just turn it into a Pez dispenser. As its head tilts back, you just see the rest of its body vaporize into dust.
Is that another real cool?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I like rules
So-
too.
So they don't stick around. They do dissolve after battles, guys. So so that one's easy to give. So let's see. At this point, we don't have much in the way left of alive people.
No, I think that there's.
Felix.
Well, I think that I was holding my action for the Grim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So.
Did,
sorry,
do you have an initiative?
That was the wrong Borbatusk. So that's the wrong Borbatusk I just marked off.
I'm
my bad.
sorry.
This is worse
Of the
than
initiative
that
list.
claymation
So yes,
movie, the wrong
this
trousers.
this Borbatusk actually that's right next to you, Jiminy, takes just one step back. And you're wondering if it's going to start to run away. However, as soon as it takes a step back, it starts spinning in such a rapid velocity. It just looks like an alternating black and white blur. And it is just going to shoot itself directly at you. Felix, how do you roll?
So that, like, I get no chance to attack it at this point.
Well, you got to dodge first.
Okay. I see that's A plus P. How many dice am I rolling on this? 25.
Well, how are you dodging is the first question.
Oh, I think
Well, you described it, didn't you? You wanted to.
well, yeah, but
kind
that
of-
was, that was my attack when he attacked me. Yeah, I was gonna throw myself down, but there's nothing I can lasso now.
Right.
So
Well-
yeah, I just got to essentially just do a good old fashioned Captain Kirk dive roll out the
Okay.
way.
So that's going to be a 7d10 at this point, plus your agility and perception.
That's not too bad.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I just want you guys to kill off this last one, and you are good. All right, and on that, so Felix, if you would do me a kind, roll not one but 2 sets of. So that's going to be a grand total of 14d6.
Oh, I'm doing this.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Oh, this is what happens when you don't. Do I need 2 sets of them, or just 14?
No, if you want to do just 14 all at once, or if you want either way, it's the same thing.
Okay. Well, that gets up.
Wow,
into the
boy!
centennial.
So Felix, or I'm sorry, Jim.
Jim. Yeah.
How do you dust this thing?
Let me see. We are like as he's spinning around. I do spot, like with the lightning quick reflexes that I have, finely honed corgi sense. I do manage to toss my sai into the middle of this flowing ball of fury, and he basically impales himself on the sai, starts twisting the rope, and I basically just it, and it basically turns him into spiral cut ham.
Oh, I couldn't have done it better. So yes, as this the Borbatusk is trying to come at you, it does roll over and pierce itself upon almost immediately stopping its momentum. However, it continues the momentum, rolling your rope around it, and as it continues to do so, it starts to pull it tighter and tighter. And the ridge lines on a can of cranberry, it comes apart like that. And then, of course, as it comes apart, it just starts to wither to dust into the air. Congratulations, Huntsman. You have survived your first
Yay.
grim encounter. And I have already held you guys over for this particular session tonight. I did say we were going to go to 10 o'clock, but next week we'll see if these hunters and huntsmen and huntresses feel like working together. If they want to, well, hell, let's be fair to me, discover the main plot of all of this, and maybe we get to find out a little bit more about them. They have themselves an Elysian ale, and so in that regard, I don't know. So I'm pretty sure they
Is
they
that
just
you,
heard
God?
you.
Where are you, God?
So broadcast is talking in my ear. Guys, don't forget to check out our Rift stream on Saturday. Broadcast, what time does that go on? So on Saturdays from 6:30 p.m. to some time that ends that I absolutely listen to. 8:30? Okay, so 8 p.m. Somewhere around there. Yeah. What else you got, broadcast? Are we having a raid?
Okay.
Also don't forget to tune in on Mondays, where our brilliant mitigator of the fates, Q, will lead the intrepid crew of the Norway into hopefully not another time loop, because it may just be a step to the left and a step to the right. You put your hands on your hips and you pull it in tight. But I am just tired of doing the time warp again. Along with that, Star Trek is coming to its season end. We are looking for players for the next game that's going to be taking its place on Mondays, which is going to be Solar Patrol. Which is very much, the campy sci-fi feel of the 1950s. Very black and white, cheesy sci-fi. If that's your thing, Dr. Twitch on our Discord would love to hear from you. And additionally, on Thursdays we do alternate between playing Aliens and playing our Star Wars story. However, tomorrow we will not be able to have our Star Wars stream as per usual. So make sure that you look at the Discord, and if you're not yet a member of our Discord, you should find a link in the chats. Please join our Discord, where we're always talking to each other. We're always bullshitting, but more than that, we're always looking for new players, or if you want to poorly dungeon master a game like yours truly today, then you can put your name in the hat for that too. But aside from that, broadcast, have I missed anything? Thank you, broadcast. Love you. Do we have a raid? So I believe a one net too shabby is going to try to guide us to a raid. Not quite sure.
Believe in the Nat gods.
Praise be unto him.
Yeah.
That's gonna find us a quick little raid.
I'm singing the Beatles.
Yeah. Also, one other thing about
So thank you everyone for joining us tonight. I hope hopefully for those of you watching at home, this wasn't too painful of an endeavor. Players, you even more so. Hopefully that wasn't too terrible. Again, coming up next week, we're gonna see if we end up with a Huntsman team, or if we have to write 4 separate side stories that only will get
Don't give us that option.
That's a very real possibility.
Don't give us that option.
Is this an option?
Because otherwise, Volume 1 of the Fable campaign here is gonna... Oh boy!
It'll be the first nervous breakdown for Lords and Ladies of Fate.
The first?
I think the first one, yeah. First on screen.
Also, check out the real RWBY story.
Yeah, I watched season 1 of RWBY in preparation for this. It's actually really good. Well,
all right, guys. So it seems like we won't be able to get a raid put together this week, but when we have...
What?
But apparently we do have a cool outro. So Huntsman, until next week.